Dear friends who have crossed the threshold of 50 years, today I want to talk to you about a topic that for many remains a taboo but is essential for our physical, mental, and emotional health at this stage of life. I am referring to self-pleasure. I know that some of you, upon hearing this word, may feel discomfort or shame, but I want to invite you to set aside those prejudices. Today, from my experience as a sexologist and doctor, I will talk to you about how this intimate act can be not only a source of pleasure but also a powerful tool to protect our health in old age. I promise you that this will be a space of respect and deep learning. This content is aimed at those over 50 who may have questions about how to maintain their well-being and maturity because, dear listeners, sexuality does not end with youth and in many cases can become even more enriching and significant. Let's start with a question I frequently receive. Is self-pleasure recommended in old age? My answer is a resounding yes. Not only is it recommended, but it can also save us from certain risks that we often overlook. Today, I will talk about what those risks are, based on medical and psychological studies on aging, sexuality, and overall well-being. First, let's talk about a common issue for both men and women. As we age, difficulties in experiencing intimacy or maintaining an active sex life often arise. Many people think that sexual desire naturally decreases with age, but this is not entirely true. What really happens is that our bodies and minds change, and we must adapt our way of relating to our own pleasure. Self-pleasure, far from being something forbidden or shameful, is a vital tool for maintaining our physical and emotional well-being. Let me share with you some key benefits that self-pleasure can bring at this stage of life. One of the main benefits of self-pleasure for men is the reduction of prostate cancer risk. Recent studies have shown that men who have frequent ejaculations throughout their lives, whether through intimacy with a partner or self-pleasure, significantly reduce their chances of developing prostate cancer. In fact, some studies suggest that men over 40 who ejaculate regularly can reduce their risk of this disease by up to 30%. This is something we should not overlook. For women, self-pleasure also has important physical benefits. For example, it can relieve menstrual cramps, which can still occur in older women, and prevent pelvic congestion. A lack of orgasms can cause deficient blood flow in the pelvic area, leading to discomfort, heaviness, and even pain. Self-pleasure, by improving blood flow in this area, helps to avoid these problems. Additionally, for both sexes, self-pleasure can be an effective remedy against something many of us know well: headaches. Through orgasms, the body releases endorphins, which are natural analgesics that help reduce pain. So instead of taking a pill, self-pleasure can be an effective and natural solution for those bothersome pains. And that's not all. It has also been scientifically proven that self-pleasure helps reduce stress. We live in a society that constantly demands from us, and accumulated stress can be harmful to our health. Self-pleasure promotes relaxation by releasing dopamine and serotonin, substances that make us feel good and balance our emotions. This is especially important in old age when mental well-being is key to enjoying a full life. Moreover, for those who suffer from insomnia, self-pleasure can be an unexpected ally. After an orgasm, the body releases prolactin, a hormone that induces relaxation and helps us sleep better. So if you have trouble falling asleep, this practice can be a natural and side-effect-free solution. On the other hand, it is important to debunk certain myths surrounding self-pleasure. One of the most widespread is the idea that it reduces testosterone levels in men. However, this is false. Self-pleasure does not decrease testosterone. On the contrary, it can help regulate its levels and maintain an active sexual health. So men, do not fear. Self-pleasure will not weaken your virility. And let's not forget the emotional and psychological impact. Self-pleasure is an act of self-exploration and intimacy with oneself. It is not just about physical pleasure but also about emotional well-being. When we take the time to connect with our bodies, we send a message to our brains. My body is still important. It is still a source of pleasure and joy. This has a direct impact on our mood. Older people who practice self-pleasure regularly report less anxiety, less depression, and greater satisfaction with their sex lives, even if they do not have a partner. Some of you may wonder if self-pleasure can become something negative if practiced too frequently. The answer is that, as with everything, it is a matter of balance. It is not about turning it into an obsession but about understanding it as a natural way to take care of our physical and emotional health. If it helps you feel good, relax, and know your body better, then it is a practice that deserves to be accepted, not rejected. I also want to highlight something very important for people who do not have a partner. You do not need an intimate relationship to keep your sexuality alive. Self-pleasure reminds us that we are still capable of enjoying our bodies, even if we are alone. There is nothing wrong with that, and on the contrary, it can help keep us connected with our own pleasure. At the core of our being, sexuality is an expression of our deepest selves. It is woven into the very fabric of who we are, shaped not just by physical experiences, but by emotions, connections, and desires that evolve throughout our lives. Often, we find ourselves at a crossroads where the world around us tells us that with age, sexuality wanes, that it belongs to a bygone era. But let me remind you today, this simply isn't true. Our sexuality is not something that should diminish with age. It is something to be cherished, nurtured, and honored as an ongoing part of our vitality. This is where self-pleasure plays a significant role, not only as an act of pleasure but as a deeply transformative tool for our overall health. Physical, emotional, and spiritual. It's a practice that invites us to reconnect with our bodies, with our senses, and with our innate power. Self-pleasure has the profound ability to prevent and alleviate a number of health issues that can easily be overlooked, particularly as we grow older. Conditions such as pelvic congestion, which can disrupt circulation and comfort, prostate health, a vital concern that can be nurtured through regular self-care. Even headaches and insomnia, which so many of us experience as we age, can be mitigated by the release of tension that comes with self-pleasure. But beyond these physical benefits lies the profound emotional release it offers. In moments of self-pleasure, we not only care for our bodies but also for our emotional well-being, releasing stress, soothing anxiety, and reaffirming a connection to our inner selves. This practice is not something to be viewed through the lens of guilt, shame, or societal taboos. In fact, the wisdom of maturity invites us to see it differently. Not as something to be hidden, but as an empowering act of self-love. As we age, we are gifted with a deeper sense of self-awareness and acceptance, and with that comes the opportunity to embrace all aspects of who we are, including our sexuality, without fear or judgment. This is the beauty of aging. We begin to shed the external expectations that no longer serve us and cultivate a sense of peace within ourselves. Taking care of our bodies and minds, especially as we age, is not just an obligation. It is a radical act of self-love. To care for ourselves in this way is to honor our own worth, to acknowledge that we deserve joy, health, and vitality at every stage of life. This self-care has no expiration date. It does not stop when we reach a certain age. In fact, it becomes even more essential, more necessary, and more rewarding as we continue to evolve. If this video has sparked a shift in your perspective or has encouraged you to reflect more deeply on the role of sexuality in your life, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you feel that others might benefit from this message, please share it with them. Let's continue this important conversation. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Wise Aging, Sexuality and Health, where we explore these truths together. Remember, knowledge, health, and self-love do not have an age limit. Thank you for being part of this journey with me, for embracing the wisdom that comes with aging, and for allowing this conversation to deepen your understanding of the true power of self-love and sexuality. Until next time, take care of yourself, in all ways, always.